Thanks so much, Ben Rogers, CMO at Travala, and go right ahead, Ben. It's all yours.
Hey guys, good day. Hope everyone's doing really well. Thanks, first of all, thanks for having me along to your conference. I understand it's a very exciting day for your community. Fantastic, 3 years young, beautiful. And looks like it's onwards and upwards for the project. I was lucky enough to sort of catch the presentation before me, the end of that. That seems like some really exciting stuff is going on. So that's absolutely wonderful. Now, I thought you probably want to hear a little bit about the project I'm involved in and what I'm up to and how that sort of relates to crypto and I suppose to BCH as well. So I'm from Travala.com. We are basically a Booking.com, an online travel agency that allows people to book hotels. We have a flights component as well too. But the really cool thing is that we do allow sort of native cryptocurrency payments from several tokens. And you guys are on the list as a potential option to be able to pay directly and travel with crypto. A really cool thing about our project is we pull in inventory from all sorts of major holiday partners and hotel partners around the world. So you can buy Expedia inventory with us at the same place as looking for Booking.com inventory, as looking for hotel beds, looking for a number of smaller organizations as well, at Agoda. And recently we merged with another company called Travel by Bit, which had Binance's backing. And we've now been able to add flights as well to the platform, again, to sort of unlock travel and direct crypto payments. I've been with the business now for about 6 months, so interesting time to sort of join the company when COVID was, coming in. But the good news is for us as a business is the travel, we're returning much faster on a percentage basis of sales than some of the more traditional OTAs. And that is really fueled and driven by crypto users as well. So on our platform, we do allow people to pay with traditional fiat currencies or credit cards, and so the ways you'd be normally able to travel. But in fact, I think it's about 60% of our payments, sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes a little less. So let's call it 60% are coming through on cryptocurrency. So we're proving that there's that big demand there for people who want to travel the world, check out hotels and get around using their currencies as well. Now, look, I'd love to sort of see Bitcoin Cash become a bigger part of that as well. We do have sort of some transactions coming through with Bitcoin Cash, but the big names that we're seeing on the platform would be the original Bitcoin, our own native currency, AVA, Dash is fairly regularly up there, and then MCO Coin from Crypto.com making up a big part of that as well. So I think the platform has proven that there is a real use case for people who do want to travel the world and want the freedom to use their money as they see fit. And it's just fantastic to be a part of it. And it's fantastic to be a part of the business right now is where we're growing so really fast and really strong, even with COVID happening. We're very honest with our figures and we put these out on Twitter. And it was great to put out some numbers that sort of people are like, come on, they can't be doing that good with COVID and stuff as well. But we really are. We really are seeing the growth return and we're getting within the realm of pre-COVID levels. I reckon by August, fingers crossed. But yeah, we will be back to where we were in terms of volume with rooms around the world. And again, a percentage basis with that booked in cryptocurrencies. Is that a fair summary of the project?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'd love to take any questions about it. I'm just going to flick around so you guys can see my face. I realize I'm probably in the dark there. Sorry about that. And I got the logo and everything. So yeah, I'd love to take some questions. I'd love to hear some ideas about how we might be able to get Bitcoin Cash more involved. I think Bitcoin Cash has been on the platform for over 2 years as an option. Fantastic use case as well. That's 2 million plus hotels around the world that can be booked with Bitcoin Cash. And then there's more stuff coming soon too. So tours, travel insurance, everything will be on the platform. So every time we add something to an existing partnership, that's just a bigger use case for you guys. And I think that's something that should be having its praises sung. Inventory is global, so we have rooms in everywhere, pretty much. And we're looking to bring on new partners as well too. And I'll tell you, there's a couple of very exciting things. Sort of spill the beans here, but I can sort of give a little teaser in terms of some more traditional travel partners that we will be starting to bring on really within the next 2 months as well. So check out that, and yeah, when it happens, make sure you tell everyone about the improved use case as well that your currency has on our site.
Super cool. So did you guys, I'm always curious about kind of the journey of building something new, especially in the crypto space, because you see so much kind of hesitancy, sometimes skepticism. You guys have really built something so interesting. What was it like? Were you like, how soon after the founding did you join, or what were the struggles that you saw?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So I've been with the Travala.com team for 6 months. So I personally was new to the crypto world personally, and I sort of joined Travel by Bit in January. And when we sort of merged, I was one of the few that went across to Travala.com, joined the team. The biggest challenge that we have is that, in my opinion, the biggest challenge that we have is breaking habits and getting people who even are crypto holders or very loyal to sort of a particular token or have that sort of fandom around it. They might have that, but getting them to actually break the tradition of, say, purchasing hotels with who they previously did, whether it was a Booking.com or Expedia, and giving that crypto a go and really sort of taking that step forwards. Getting new people in on that is a bit of a tough challenge. One of the other things we have is we'd all be familiar that with crypto, there's a lot of scams that go around. We do sort of deal with like some trust and anxiety of people when they're sort of like sending us money, transferring that over as well, that we are legit, if they aren't perhaps as familiar with us as we would hope. So that's definitely a problem. And then also, maybe not to your question, but definitely from some of my experience and coming in here, but travel is a really hard technology to build. And the reason why that is whenever you sort of like working with APIs from a technical perspective, or bringing in hotel inventory, flight inventory, whatever it might be, you're kind of constrained by the lowest common denominator in each database column for each provider. So you really can only sort of like present data to the lowest common denominator for something. So even if some companies will be really good at, say, giving you lots of information about this, but not so good about that. And you can only accommodate if you want to be the provider with the big use case that we're going for, with the 2 million numbers and the 600 plus airlines as well. It does kind of limit some of the user experience that we have in terms of helping bring some people across. So these are ongoing problems, and I don't think they're particularly unique to our industry, with other projects that are going on our travel as well. But that's where we spend a fair bit of time, and where we put a bit of focus in, and where we sort of are helping to grow the win there as well. As for prior to joining the company, I know there was obviously a two-year history there before me as well. I think the guys that the founders that got this up and running, they were really well entrenched and big sort of early crypto adopters themselves. So they'd been going to the conferences for years, sort of know all the people you wanted to know to be able to start saying, hey, we've got this cool project. What do you think? Come in. So there's a lot of networking in the early days as well too. And I think if you to just sort of put it in some of my experience with networking as well, is it's quite easy to sort of like, have a drink with someone, shake hands, and come to a bit of an agreement, say, yeah, we'll do something together. But it's getting to those next steps. And particularly in the early days of a business where we hadn't integrated all the travel partners we had, or we were getting those first couple of tokens to be like, yeah, look, we're going to list with you guys. We want to be a part of this as well. So yeah, all those sort of slow pains. But I think where we are as a company now is not just from a sales side, but also from a reputation side. We're really able to sort of we've got that little J curve that they call in the startup community. That's pushing up there on both of those core measures.
Super cool. Yeah, you guys are growing fast. So you guys sell, so I mean, through Travala.com, I can buy with Bitcoin Cash, both flights and accommodations. Is that right? Or is it just accommodations?
Just hotels for Bitcoin Cash right now. So
Oh,
yeah, you
sorry.
can get yeah.
Sorry, say that last part again.
Yeah, so Bitcoin Cash is listed as it currently is. Bitcoin Cash is just listed for travel for hotels.
Oh, okay, cool. But you can buy flights, and with which coins?
So with flights right now, I think it's Bitcoin. You can get Litecoin there. Travel by Bit's a Binance-backed business. So there's obviously BNB. I think there's a couple of new ones that are coming on now. So two kind of cultures here. So the Travel by Bit culture very much was like trying to be just the what can I say, like the Binance, the Litecoin, the Bitcoin, those sort of were the tokens they were trying to make happen. And Travala.com was definitely very much sort of involved in all those as well. But they were far more open to other currencies as well and really expanding that opportunity to get in board. There's obviously sort of some limits there, like if you're a project that has like 20 people, we're probably not going to be interested in chatting with you. But yeah, we're about crypto adoption for the entire, almost the entire community.
Excellent. So we have a question from the chat from Josh, and his question is: since the merge with Travel by Bit, have you enabled BCH by default on your POS terminals?
No. And so the Travel by Bit POS isn't part of the company.
Okay. Question also from the chat. Hi, Ben. Which percentage of cryptocurrencies you receive do you immediately convert back to fiat? How is the risk of price fluctuations against fiat managed by Travala?
Well, that is an amazing question, and I'm gonna have to disappoint the questioner because the truth is, I know we do transfer it directly into some is transferred directly into fiat to pay the supplier, and then there are sort of various strategies that the money people do in terms of what they hold within crypto. But I'm sorry, I'm not within those conversations. All I can say is that yes, it happens, but the specific strategy, I'm sorry, I can't enlighten you more.
No
But yeah,
worries.
great question. Oh.
Yeah, so send in some more questions for Ben in the chat, guys. And so is Travala focused on any specific regions or travel corridors for your marketing?
So look, being a global business with a global inventory, and what we're trying to do, we go where the demand is. And from my perspective, when I've sort of joined the team, I'm very much about America. America seems to be where we are getting the biggest volume. And it is a pretty large travel market as well. But it is a big market for us. So we've got a fair bit of focus there to try to get more people spending. And it seems to me that Americans are happier to spend crypto than perhaps some other parts around the world. That's just sort of what we're seeing right now. But we are trying to become a multilingual platform at the moment. So we will be seeing Chinese on our site soon. We're going to be doing French, German language as well, plenty of other languages. So we're hoping to sort of grow that out a bit more. As to the marketing, and it is demand-based. So look, we're never going to, from an SEO point of view, rank for things like flights to New York, right? There's only 8 to 10 places on Google, page one, and there are some very well-established companies out there with massive marketing budgets, years ahead of us, massive teams that are going to take those terms. So we're just not going to be a general travel brand. We're going to be specialized in the crypto world. But so what we do rank really well for is buy hotels with Bitcoin, buy hotels with Ethereum, use cases for Ethereum, these sorts of terms about that usage. And so we're building up that marketing as well, wherever that comes from within the world, and support that there. We have also a global retargeting strategy. So we're looking at paid performance media and these things. There are probably some countries we avoid based on more that we have a high propensity for scammers in some way to sort of try to be on the platform that wouldn't be involved in that advertising. But other than that, we really, again, are setting ourselves up to be able to market where our users are.
Outstanding. So we have another question from the chat. Jeffrey asks, how has Travala pivoted during the COVID-19 crises? Where's the demand now? You said the United States mostly, but
Yep.
he wants to know, are you seeing any demand in Australia, for example?
Look, is there demand in Australia? Yes. There is a little bit here. Like this is where I am right now in Australia, of course. Is it anything like what we're seeing overseas? No. But that's sort of the same is true in terms of if we were in the more broader travel market. So I don't think we're seeing anything particularly special that you wouldn't be seeing from another big travel company in terms of where people are traveling from. Australia is still pretty quiet, and I would say that's the COVID effect as well, where America, from what I'm seeing on the news, it seems like COVID, well, it's going pretty big there right now. There's still a lot of people traveling over there, and we're able to be a part of that. You did just tweak my interest in something I did. So an early trend we're seeing is some parts of Europe is starting to grow a little bit more rapidly than what as a share of sort of travel. I've been in the travel industry doing this sort of stuff for 6-7 years. So from what I would normally be seeing, I wouldn't be seeing what's happening in France or Germany right now as examples to be as large as what it is. But so I think they're sort of starting to travel a bit more. But Australia specifically, I wish it was happening, but no, it still seems to be pretty locked down.
Cool. So how do you compare, say, the use case of paying for travel with a credit card where somebody might be expecting to get some kind of points back, which, you know, is a thing for some people, versus using crypto? So is that where the Travala token comes in?
Yeah. So there are plenty of use cases for the AVA token. So in that respect, we're out there as well. You know, we were recently added to the Swipe Visa card as well too. That's gonna allow us there for merchants. We've partnered with a bunch of payment gateways just as recently as this week as well to get that use case for the token up. So we want this to be something that is really valuable and seen as you know, something that people would want to earn and hold. And so it's because of that sort of earnings that is definitely a reason why we do have people coming in terms of getting the rewards back in the AVA. So a traditional awards program that you might have at a shopping center or some kind of points you get from flights or hotels or these things is if you kind of got to use them or lose them. And they generally have a whole bunch of rules around sort of lengths of time. There isn't really a free market for those as well. So the companies themselves can sort of set and say what they're worth at the time based on reward points. And they're certainly not all of them, but a lot of them definitely aren't transferable to other people. And so cryptocurrency, just by definition almost, is able to do all those things and to be quite an exciting way for that to happen. The other thing we do with our currency is we have the SMART program on our site. Now, you know what the SMART program does is if you do own AVA or you've earned AVA, and this is where the rewards get a little bit cooler. So instead of earning 2% back, you can actually start to earn more of your trip back for holding the AVA and locking it in for a certain period of time as well. And then get bigger discounts on your travel. And then, you know, as like, you know, we say within our industry to the moon, as you know, those cashbacks come back in and stuff as well too. And obviously BCH is a much higher up, much more valuable per token project than ours as well. But, you know, the sort of law of averages should say that this is going to be worth more for you long-term down the line. So yeah, it is a really cool use case, I think, for a cryptocurrency that we've got. And I think as well too, the more we sort of build the use case for that up in other areas and give that more value, it's an excellent marketing exercise to get more people into checking us out, giving us a go. And then of course, you know, you can pay for trips in AVA as well. So if you do earn it and you don't want to hold it, or the SMART program isn't for you, just want that cash back, of course you can put what you've done towards your next trip and still pay the difference with BCH as well. So Yeah, it's I think it's pretty cool. It's as somebody who's sort of new to crypto within the last 6 months, it's something that made sense to me kind of straight away as you start sort of learning some of the intricacies of what you have to do and how it all works.
Very cool. So I think we might have time for just one more question. Let's see. Yeah, no further questions. So do you want to get in last word, pitch, anything like that?
Look, guys, as I sort of said, look, I want to see more people traveling with Bitcoin Cash, and kind of throw it out there as like a little bit of a challenge. But each month we sort of will publish the breakdown of bookings and what currencies we use to pay and what percentage of them were there. I want to see like Bitcoin Cash up there in the rankings. Like, let's get you for a few months. That would be fantastic. So if you are sort of looking to travel anytime in the next year, I'd say like let's book it now. Let's give the site a go. And if you are sort of using the site and there's any sort of user experience problems or ideas and stuff like that, I'd personally love to hear ideas and thoughts on those solutions as well too. So look, we're a crypto adoption platform. And yeah, let's get this done. I don't know how good that was as the last pitch, but
I know,
yeah.
100%. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we should do something together to incentivize BCH holders to use Travala, to buy some travel with Travala. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Sorry, I didn't look it up. How's the currency going at the moment? Have you been experiencing a rally
Yes.
last few
Yeah.
weeks? Yeah.
I noticed that
Nice. Now's the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that we're up to like 325 today. Yesterday we were around 270. So it was we enjoyed the rally as well. All right. Well, Jeff, Ben Rogers, CMO of Travala. Thanks so much for being with us.
Just in time for your birthday.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Ben. And look forward to seeing you again soon.
Look forward to it. Goodbye, guys. Enjoy your conference.
Thank you. Bye.